Can you beat Pokemon FireRed with nothing but a team of electric types? Yep. But I did it anyway. Why? For fun. After all the fun with Spinarak, I decided something easier would be a nice change of pace. We go with the name Zeus because Zippy Zap God, and name our electric rod rival. I decided to go with Squirtle because Venusaur will resist electric better than both Blastoise and Charizard. We name him No because we're denying his right to enter our party. We get the beginning stuff out of the way so we can make our way to Viridian Forest and find Pikachu, our first electric type in our shocking party. We name him Yes because yes. Bye bye. A little bit of grinding is all we need to beat up Captain Fanny Pack. We shock his chicken out of the sky and hammer our way through his... we hammer our way through his green onion. Then we blast our way through Viridian Forest and slam into our first rock-hard challenge, Mr. Brock. I had very little chance going in when I first arrived, so I trained for a good while and wasn't able to beat him until my Pikachu was level 20. But now my Yes was a beefy boy and he plows his way through to Mount Moon with a vengeful rage. I made my way through Mount Moon with haste because I feared any potential ground type attacks. Beat up a couple rock'em sock'em robot grunts and made our way towards the light. We bump heads with Hot Rod again, and this time he has a slightly bigger chicken, but not for long. He went down in 2 clean Thunder Shocks before cleaning up the battlefield with some slams on Rattata and Abra. Of course I had to miss the first slam, and the second, but third time's the charm and he went right out. I chopped up some green onion, a slam, and that was about it for Mr. Purple Pants. We say no to crime and turn Bill Nye back into the science guy before heading down to Swim Club to overpower Misty's Pokemon so hard it should be considered assault. Both Staryu and Starmie went down in one hit and we had our second badge secured. We compromise a crime scene and find the culprit literally sitting out back and just fight him. We don't even call the cop out front. Anyway, we head south to Vermilion City because it's cruise time. Our buddy Rod is looking for another whoopin', but this time his freshly evolved Ivysaur almost gives us the whoopin'. We get cut and then fall over and die in the ship, and then I've never actually seen this happen before, but I return and then the ship leaves. Neat. Gotta catch an Oddish for Cut, name him Cut Bud, and then enter the gym of our people. Electric trainers. Good taste. After finally landing the 2 switches in a row, we enter a shocking battle with Surge. We finish his Voltorb in one easy installment of slamming our Pikachu on his face, but his Pikachu gets jealous, so we give him the same deal. His Raichu paralyzes us and then starts spamming Double Team. Then I hit L or R or whatever and forgot how to exit this stupid menu. Upon returning to battle, I land a super lucky slam that probably saved me a ton of time. And with that, we now have 3 badges. To the northeast to get our next Pokemon partner Voltorb, who we named Peggle because ball. I didn't feel like catching enough Pokemon for Flash, so I ran into walls for like an hour straight and finally made it to the spooky scary city Lavender Town, stepping stone in our journey to Celadon City, where we can find our 3rd member, Eevee, to be Jolteon, who I named Needle, misspelled for character, because his fur always reminded me of spiky needles. Whatever. Anyway, we pick up 2 Thunderstones and evolve both Pikachu into Raichu and Eevee into Jolteon, then make our way to the basement of the casino and bust an underground gambling ring before heading off to the 4th gym. The grass leader Erica opens up with an absolute unit victory bell, and our Voltorb just isn't doing much to him, but he luckily is able to paralyze Victory Bell. She tries to return the favor with Stun Spore but misses, and I go in for Spark after lowering her defense. Didn't do much. Second time around, she gets me with the Stun Spore and then proceeds to suck on my Peggle energy until it's down. Needle goes in to avenge the poor ball by throwing sand in her eyes, but he too is paralyzed. After a Hyper Potion by Erica, we're nearly back to square one when I send in my absolute unit and hit her with the sweetest vengeance slam on her Victory Bell, taking it down in one hit. After that, it's just a slam sesh until I eventually get my 4th gym badge. Our next destination is Spooky Tower, which is being guarded by our not so spooky buddy Rod. Voltorb puts in the work on him and then we make our way up this sad tower and save an old guy from the bad guy. at the top of the spooky structure. Wait, did they basically just copy and paste this idea in Generation 3 with that mountain in the water? Whatever. I mean, Voltorb's evolving. Yay. Next, we save capitalism from some gambling-addicted anarchists, but are stopped by our rival because he wanted to see if he's stronger. Rod, people are literally being held hostage here. I got put to sleep and, well, sorry to the victims. Next, I lost the footage, so instead I made a low-quality reenactment of the events. I went back and beat up my rival and Giovanni and saved the day. Then took a vacation down south to the Safari Zone where I threw rocks at Tauros and got surf and strength. But then I fought Koga and defeated him in his ninja way, allowing me to use surf. So I surfed to the power plant and caught my final 3 party members. Electabuzz, who I named Tiger, Magneton, who I named Marbles, and finally Zapdos, who I named Zappy Burb. I took my newly completed team to Sabrina and knocked her out of the park. Then I surfed down to Cinnabar Island and went through some Pokemon Mansion and then beat up the old guy walking his dog. Now, with 7 badges, I went back to Viridian and took on Giovanni, who's all ground type, and lost. Over and over, I lost. So I went and did a wee bit of grinding and came back with a team that's thirsty for victory. We open up with Raichu and go for a couple double teams to try and prolong his life since he has Brick Break, which is super effective. After 2 hits, Rhyhorn is down and we don't want to lose our double teams, so we keep Yes out on the field and go for some strengths. Dugtrio hits us with an intensely powerful Earthquake, but somehow falls to 1 strength. What a weak bundle of sausages. Nidoqueen is determined to get us with an Earthquake, but Raichu just ain't having it and pummels her down with a couple of strengths, but gets poisoned by Poison Point in the process. We beat down Nidoking, but he gets the Hyper Potion treatment before we can finish him, and Poison takes our Yes to a better place. Send Magneton out with the hopes of Tri-Attack leaving a status effect, but no luck, and he's down in 1 hit. Next I send out Peggle and go for some Swift, just to get some damage in on him, but he drops yet another Hyper Potion and we barely dent him before we lose Peggle as well. Tiger goes in to avenge his brethren, but only gets him down low enough for Needle to jump in and send Nidoking to the Shadow Realm. Needle sadly just doesn't do as much against Rhyhorn though. Even though he has Double Kick, he goes down in 1 Earthquake without ever doing much. Zapdos comes in to finish it, but can't do much damage with Drill Peck. Luckily, we land a crit and keep on hammering, and after 3 hits or so, we finish off Rhyhorn. And after many tries and lost footage, we beat Giovanni and are ready to take on the Pokemon League. Next, we take on a battle that's always confused me. Maybe it was so we wouldn't expect our rival as the final battle, but really, why put our rival just before the league, just to fight him shortly after as the final battle? I don't want to go in depth here since I'm going to fight him again shortly anyway, but basically, zap zap, bird beak, victory. After that goofy battle, we shoot our way through Victory Road and arrive at our final frontier, the Indigo Plateau. I didn't do much training other than a few failed league attempts and kinda just jumped into it. I wanted at least some sort of challenge here. That being said, it wasn't as easy as I expected. First up we have Lorelei, the Icy Librarian. She opens with a Dugong and I go with Tiger. He manages to do just over half health with a Lightning Bolt and gets some hail on him, but finishes Dugong next turn. Next up is this sexually suggestive looking clamshell who gets censored in just 1 hit. Slowbro isn't in the mood for our games though and withstands a hit and yawns at us. With the full restore being used and a sleep incoming, we leave Tiger in quite the bad spot. Off to Snoozeville with this sleepy boy, and Tiger never wakes up from that fateful nap. Marbles comes in and easily finishes Slowbro with a spark of revenge, and then does the same with Lapras, not even doing half health, but leaving a paralysis on her. Just to be fully restored after Marbles faints, and we send Peggle out into the ring to take care of things. Peggle beats down Lapras in a couple of sparks and makes way for her last Pokemon, Jinx. What a pain. We pull off a spark through the confusion, but it's just not looking good here for Peggle, now taking a nap in the middle of a fight. What's wrong with you? He wakes up just in time though to screech Jinx's defense down and also gets hit causing paralysis. After that, It was a walk in the park for our little Needle. And with that, we beat the first member of the Elite Four. Next up is our buff boy Bruno, the easy boy. I open up with yes because Brick Break, but start off with Double Team to increase my chances of survival. Then hit him with a Brick Break, but don't get away with much damage. So I keep at it with the Brick Breaks and eventually finish Onyx off. What's next? Oh, another Onyx. We never get a chance to move before falling and send out Needle to try and finish the job. But he doesn't do much, and I send out Zappy Burb to finish the job, and from there I just hand out a bunch of drill pecks and bust my way through the next 3 boys of the Beefcake crew. But Hitmonlee gets in first and finishes my bird friend, so I send out Magneton to attempt to finish it, but he just doesn't do much at all. So Tiger comes in to finish the job, and with that, we took down the second member of the Elite Four. Number 3 on the list is Agatha, the spooky old hag. I open with yes once again and smack around Gengar with some thunderbolts, then swallow her Golbat whole with another thunderbolt. Following in the path of her teammates, Arbok also goes down in just 2 thunderbolts. And then Yes's reign comes to an end with Gengar number 2. So we send out Peggle and get a paralysis and a crit off on Gengar 2, but then he hits me with a hypnosis and uses full restore and makes my happiness die. But we wake up pretty quickly and start hammering back away with Spark, and he's just not landing that second hypnosis, and goes down after only 4 hits. Then we try to beat up Gengar's little brother cause we're angry boys, but he takes Peggle to the dry cleaners and Zappy Bird puts this battle to rest. Number 3 is down for the count. The final member of the Elite Four, Lance, the dragon type, who also has flying. He opens up with Gyarados, who takes 4 times the damage from electric types, but our weak little Peggle ball still can't even one-shot him, but we still get him down pretty easily. Next up is Dragonair, who reminds me that dragon type resists electric, so I try roll out and do essentially nothing and get smacked down by Dragonair. Marbles comes out to try his way and resists Outrage quite well. I knock him down to minimal health and then waste a turn using Thunder Wave because I anticipated a full restore being used. That never ended up happening though, and I ended up fainting. So I sent out Tiger and he finishes it up. Another Dragonair is out and getting chipped away at and eventually taken down by Tiger as well, to my absolute surprise. Now it's time for Dragonite, and I never get to move before he finishes me off. Needle comes out and goes right back away. Yes comes in and gets off a lucky paralysis and knocks Dragon Tails down to full restore range and he goes back up to full health. But Yes is bigger than that, and after a few thunderbolts we lay that dragon to rest. Then last and certainly least we have Aerodactyl. He never even landed a hit. Rest in peace. We did it. We beat the Elite Four. I wonder who the champ is. Maybe it's our dad, or Goku or something. Oh, it's our Metal Rod, our rival. He opens up with a gigantic chicken that is quite easily taken down, and then moves on to Rhydon, who makes me want to cry. He takes down half of our team before being finished off by Needle. I cannot believe this dude. And I cannot believe how much I have hated Rhydon and Rhyhorn in this run. Next up we have Alakazam, who goes down in 2 easy payments of a barrage of pin missiles. Then there's Gyarados, who, like I said earlier, takes 4 times damage from electric and drops like a rock. Now for another pain in my rear, Arcanine. This over-leveled beast can take hits like a champion. Needle goes in and gets him paralyzed, leaving it all up to Tiger, who brutes his way through with some thunderbolts, leaving us to the final legendary clash. Zappy Burb Zapdos vs Super Mega Green Onion Venusaur. And holy crap, that's one heck of a crit. Oh, and there's the full restore, but it doesn't matter. It's over for this blossomed fruit tree. He tries all kinds of things like synthesis, but he isn't walking away from this one alive. I paralyze him and begin my final assault. A few drill pecks later and we did it. We have zapped our lightning rod rival in the champion battle of the league and earned ourselves the title of champ. Such a cool looking team. Well, let me know in the comments what other kinds of videos or challenges you guys want to see. I really hope you enjoyed this. Sorry I lost the footage there for a good chunk. I don't know what happened with that. But my next video is under development right now, so be prepared for a spooktacular video coming later this month. So until then, follow me on Twitch, like, comment, subscribe. If you hated it, let me know why, and thank you guys for the support on the last video. I can't believe that. Love y'all. Keep you cool and catch you later.